Golly, what do I got here? Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey y'all, welcome to today's fishing trip. All right, y'all, let me explain to you what I'm gonna do today. I'm going to try to locate some crappie in shallow water. It's the third week in April, starting the third week in April. And for the last 2 weeks, I've been fishing offshore. Well, maybe the last 10 days. And I mean, I have been catching them like you wouldn't believe. But since I enjoy fishing shallow, I'm going to try to see if I can't locate some more. I don't have any electronics on my boat, so I'm just gonna be going down the banks. I'm gonna find me a good jig here and see if I can't locate some of these fish. What jig would you guys pick? I've got so many. Let's see here. I like this orange head here. Let's see, we're gonna start out with this jig head. I tie a little loop knot on all my jigs here. It's very simple too. So I just put the line through the eye like that, and I'm gonna grab it together like this here, and I'm gonna just go like you're tying your shoe. I'm gonna make a loop like that. Oh shoot. Make a loop like that, put it through once, put it through twice, and there it is. Now, a lot of people ask me how come I make the loop so big. Well, typically I'm using 6-pound line, and my theory is if you have it doubled up right here and a little longer, there's less chance of that crappie's teeth rubbing on that area right there and breaking your line. So that's the reason why I do it. And you can adjust that knot to any size you want, but that's how I do mine. I think I'm going to put this pink and green one right here on that orange head. That ought to make a good for a good combination. We'll start out with that. I don't know that I've ever used this color together before, so we'll see. See how they like it. Doesn't look too bad, does it? See how we'll get out there and get started. I've got this on a 12-foot rod, and this is a 12-pound line right here, monofilament line, and just a little small 500 series reel, old Spyrex actually, Shimano. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ease up here along this grass. If you can see it out here in front of us. This lake got down to about 6.5 feet low last summer. And so it made a weed line all around the shoreline where the lake level was. And these fish they were, a couple weeks ago when I was fishing shallow, they were spawning at the edge of these weeds. So I'm gonna get up here and I'm gonna just dab this jig around inside these weeds, and I'm going to ease along with the trolling motor real slow and see if I can't find some more down along these weed edges. It's only about 3.5 foot deep on the outside edge of these weeds. And this brush, there's a little bush growing in the water right there. That's really good. We need a lot of that to grow up. But this water down on this part of the lake is really clear. Last time I fished shallow, I was fishing some off-color water, and it allowed those fish to get a lot shallower. In this deeper water, this clearer water, they tend to stay out on the outside edges in a little deeper water. I've got a lot of shad bumping my bait down there. I can feel it. And I'm just going to keep moving down the edge of these weeds and dropping this jig down and just kind of jigging it around, and you'll feel them fish just push that jig. They won't necessarily hit it, they'll push it. And it's almost like they're trying to get it out of the nest maybe. And if you just take your time in that area, especially if you've got minnows, you can sit there with your bobber, sit there in that spot, maybe back out a little bit and cast up to it and let that minnow swimming around doing his thing, and catch a lot of good crappie that way. This water being so clear, they may not let me get on top of them. I'm feeling shad or something busting my bait. Either that or it's crappies. Let me see. Let me get down in there. From the last 10 days, I've been fishing offshore, and you wouldn't believe the amount of crappie I've cleaned. It's unbelievable. But the majority of them are pre-spawn females that are still out there in 20, 25 foot of water. So there's still a bunch of them that hadn't spawned, even this late into April. There's something. Look at here. We got us one. Look at that. We did it. And I hadn't fished, I guarantee I ain't been started 10 minutes. Not a giant one, but at least it's one. And it's a female because it doesn't have all the colorations on it that they typically have this time of year. They usually get really dark, and you can tell by these lighter ones that they're the females. Let's get her back in there. See if there's another one in there. She came off this little point of grass right here, these little weeds that I was telling you about, all these dead ones, just out on this outside edge. Now typically, if you catch a fish like that going down through here with a jig, or if you're using a slip cork with a jig and you're popping it along, and that's all enjoyable, and I love doing it, and you know, it catches a bunch of fish. But a lot of times you can throw a cork and a minnow in there and catch 10 times as many as you could on a jig. Golly, what do I got here? Whoa, 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 whoa. I don't think this is a crappie here. This has got to be a Gasper Goo, don't it? Yes, sir. Come here, you Mr. Goo. Get in here. Those things will stretch your string, buddy. Wow. And they like to eat crappie jigs for some reason. But those drum will be in the same areas as them crappie a lot of times. It's not a bad one. Let's get that rascal back in there. You know, in the first of the season, first of the spawn, I look for crappie in the back of pockets like this right here that are protected from the wind. But later on, like now, I'll find them more so out on these points. Like you see out over here, there's these points will stick out, and I'll catch those crappie out on those. I guess when the water temperature gets warmer, they'll spawn out on those more so than in these little pockets. And it seems to be the case so far this morning. I mean, you know, that one fish out there on the kind of edge of the side of the point. Nothing so far in the back right here. There's something else. Catfish, Charlie. That's sorry, sucker. Hey, don't you be talking nasty to me, Mr. Catfish. Golly. Stinking my jig up. Oh, gosh. Let go. He'd be good eating size right there, wouldn't it? Get back in there. I stink, slime my hands all up. Well, y'all, I fished this entire creek right here and caught one crappie, one drum, one catfish right here. That's not very encouraging. Well, it's on to the next spot. Maybe this place will be better. Well, we're off to spot number 3. Well, maybe this place has them in it. Try something a little different in here. I'm gonna put me something on here that I can cast around. See if I can't get them to bite on that. Cause I tell you what, it's been tough. Let's see what we got in here. By the way, I told you we were catching them out deep, just slaughtering them the last 10 days. This right here is what they've been biting on. That little jig right there is what's been getting them. I got this little Roadrunner. I think I'm gonna try that, casting it around. Maybe this little purple, pink, and chartreuse little grub right here. Let's try this maybe. Now, oh shoot, I like for that to be upside down the other way. I like for that tail to be on the upside of that hook, so it's like this right here. I like the way it works when it's like that. Oh, I got something. Oh, another catfish. Oh my gosh. Everything except for what I want to catch is biting. That and bit the little Roadrunner. Oh, daggone it, he don't want to come loose either. Get back in there. That's the smallest turtle ever been. I want y'all to see this. Look at that little rascal. That sucker's gonna get eat up by a black bass out here, swimming around out here in the middle of this thing. Is he crazy or what? I'm gonna put him up there shallower. He'd definitely get eat out here in the middle or farther away from the bank. He's a cute little rascal, ain't he? Uh-oh, come here, be still. Don't you bite me, you little thing. You better get up in there. Get up in there and hide, boy. There you go. I got it. Look out, look out, look out, look out. Look what I got. Come here, you. You may not come in and break my line. That 6-pound line. Oh, it gets around that little stop, he will. Not the right species, but we'll take it. Come here, you. Get on my thumb. We'll take it. He's a pretty bass, ain't he? Heck yeah. Not a bad little fish right there, man. For that little Roadrunner. That was fun on that little ultralight and that 6-pound line. Let's get him back down in there. There you go. What's I got? Something. Oh, golly, another bass. That's a good one there. Don't you get in that brush and break me off. I don't have a 6-pound line. Oh, he's gonna get me around something. Man, he's strong. Golly. He's gonna break me off in that stuff. Gosh, he's all down in it now. Here he comes out of it. I want y'all to look at those things on the bank right there. I got you, but I got you. I got you. Look at that. That on that little bitty 32nd ounce Roadrunner. Hey, look at this. Can you see all those? Those are baby bowfins. I don't know if you can see them. There's hundreds and thousands of them. Look. Go eat them bass. Man, what a good bass that is. That's a nice one right there. On 6-pound line and a little 32nd ounce Roadrunner, man. That's fun stuff right there. It ain't the right species. That ain't what we came for. But we'll take it, as tough as it's been. Uh-oh. Hey, looky here. Looky here. Looky here. We got what we were looking for after all this time. Oh my goodness. There's got to be more. This is a little male. A little male. There's got to be another one. Hit that little Roadrunner. Let's get him back and see if there's another one down in there. Uh-oh. Another one. There we go. We're figuring it out. We're figuring it out. They're hanging out here a little bit deeper. And I'm hopping that thing just right off the bottom out there. And they seem to be getting it. See if there's another one in that same area. That's two just right here and within 25 yards of each other. Maybe 30, 25 looks like. There's no doubt I could probably come in here with minnows and a cord and set off, throw it at the edge of those weeds. Let that minnow do his little swimming around down there, and he'd hunt up a crappie. We got we're on them now, buddy. It only took us 3 hours to find out where they were. Oh shoot, but at least we did, you know. Get him back and see if there ain't another one. Uh-oh. We got another good crappie right there. Another nice one. Good one. That's not a bad one right there. We'll take it. Not a bad fish. Just keep casting that thing around. Just letting it go to the bottom and kind of hopping it up off the bottom in front of those weeds, and that's where that one hit it. That's where all the bites have been. Kind of unusual that they're not up in the weeds and they're on the outside edge of them, really. I mean, uh-oh, here we go again. Look at here. Another nice one too. Nice fish right there. Look how good he ate that bait. I got the right one now, don't I? Golly, he wasn't coming off either. Nice fish right there. Let's get that girl back. Now these are more point oriented, not up in the back. The back, you know, the back of the creek up there, not getting a lot back there. Fished a lot of it. 3 spots. And this is where they are, is out on this main body here. And there's clay banks all up there, real hard bottom. And they're out on this outside edge. I find, like I said earlier, that they'll spawn more so out on these points and things leading into the pockets, kind of closer to the main lake once the season progresses. And here it is, middle of April, and that's what these fish are doing. Hey y'all, if you're out there fishing this spring and things get tough, don't be afraid to just take off down the bank with a beetle spin or something. Let's see, or something like this little horsey head bait right here. This you know, I think it's, some people call it a road runner. I've always called it a horsey head because it kind of looks like a horse's head. See? But don't be afraid to go down the banks and running down through there and just casting these things. I think, you know, we tend to, with these electronics, we tend to forget how to fish, you know, and just instead of just going like down the bank and fishing. So don't be afraid to do that. I hope you picked up something, some tips on this video. Appreciate you watching me. We'll see you on the next one.